I don't know what happened, but ladies and gentlemen, I'm hoping now. See, now there's all this uncertainty. I have to see, is this in fact working? Because it said it was streaming before. There I am, ladies and gentlemen. It's officially the Bob Doyle Show. We've got the Bob Doyle Show dancers going. I'm yelling over the music and the applause. Folks, I am Bob Doyle, the host of the Bob Doyle Show. This is my coffee mug. Those are my dancers. This is my lower third. This is my theme song. You are my audience. Dare I go on? Well, hold on. My favorite part. Okay, see, now we've got it happening. Look at all the people in here who have been so patiently waiting. We've got Steve and Loretta and Mae West. We've got Kathy and Dan and Bruno. We've got all the favorites in here, and they've been waiting patiently. I was going on for, 10 minutes, thinking I was broadcasting somewhere. I'm afraid now it was over on my Law of Attraction page. That's not what I meant to do at all. That's just going to be very confusing for them. But I see me now. If you leave me now, you take away the biggest part of me, so don't leave. So now, see, I talked for 10 minutes, and that means everything I said and tested and did, it's all for nothing. And I think this is just a beautifully classic way for the Bob Doyle Show to start, and will probably make you want to subscribe and click the bell. Subscribe. Now I know I need a little sound effect for the bell. Although, oh wait, I've got one right here. Hold on, let's try that one more time. Subscribe, subscribe, click the bell, right? So that way I can use the bell only when I want. Folks, this is a YouTube show now. That's right, 3, 4, 5, okay, 2 years. We've been broadcasting live over on Facebook, trying to turn this into the Goliath that it deserves to be, and well, whatever. So we brought it on over to YouTube and brought all of you with us. All of you who came over from Facebook, you just have made my heart so big. I'm like the Grinch. It could get gross in a minute. It could expand and this could turn into something really, really nasty. But let's hope it doesn't. Let's just hope I keep my heart in check. Again, the patience that you showed. 10 minutes. All right, so now the test that I did. But see, one of the things I did was I said, well, now I need, and this is going to be a clunky sort of a transition week. We're trying all new stuff. There's a lot that's different. It may look the same to you on your side, but on my side, it's different. Let's take a look at let's just do some random comments. Oh, here's one from the Bob Doyle Show who says, hey, I thought I was live this whole time. And here's Don saying, I'm not seeing it, anyone else? And Bruno here talking about putting cigarettes away, right? So we've got a whole wide range of things happening. We invite you to get involved in the chat if this is your first time. The thing you need to know about this show is that it's community driven. If you weren't here, what would I be doing? I'd be sitting here talking to a webcam. A webcam. But instead you're here. So one of the things I wanted to test, and we'll just go over here and we can do this test together, I think. Well, no, because now I'm getting an error. It doesn't matter. I want to see what happens when I go to my channel now, when I'm broadcasting live on an iPad. What is seen? Oh, there it is. It does show. It says live now, so it's right there. Let me just click it. Take a look. I'd share it with you, but something got screwy over here, and I'm getting an error that says this does not support the format, which I know is nonsense. But well, that's an interesting. Oh, I know why that's happening. See, this is the thing. All right, here we go. So but that's a problem. If I try to, I'm going to start 17 sentences and not finish any of them. So first-time viewers, it was nice having you. I'm sure you've moved off to other things, but before you do, please click the subscribe button because you want to be notified whenever this happens. Here's the thing. When you click subscribe, you got to click the bell. And if you've already subscribed and the bell isn't clicked, click the bell because that gives you notifications. If you're on mobile, you can't comment. Is that true? Well, okay, hold on. There's one thing I have to test. I'm going to turn off my screen mirroring so I can... Is that true? Oh, look, it's me. Well, okay, hold on. There's one thing I have to test. Don't you love listening to my show? You're right. So I can... Is that true? Oh, look, it's me. Wait a minute. Wait. Okay, top chat. There's one thing I have to test. You can chat. Don't you love listening to my show? Okay, stop, Bob. You're right. There, I did it. So let me see if I can duplicate this for you. Hold on, let me share the screen again. Again, first-time viewers, just keep in mind we're in a transit. I did it. So let me see if I can duplicate this for you. Really getting old. All right, let's see if we can share this screen real quick. Like, what is the deal? Well, I don't know what's happening. For some reason, I can't share the screen. But I was able to underneath the well, I'll just show you this way. Stop chat. I want to duplicate my efforts completely. So on the front page of my channel on my iPad anyway, here's the live broadcast. I go to it, then I click the down arrow right over here. Okay, that brings down the description. I know it's hard to see, but that brings down the description, and then at the very bottom it says top chat. And when you click on top chat, there's the chat, and then I can. There, I see her comments right there. It says, Sarah, I see Sarah Bear. It's been, oh, okay. Sarah has to come right in and start using profanity on a show that is meant for children. Oh, you didn't know that? The new show is all about children. That's right. We're no longer will I be talking to. I'm kidding. For those of you who are like, what? All right, so Dan says false. I guess that means, all right, the issue is app versus website. Anyway, we're getting it all handled. That's so great. If Sarah hadn't been able to be here, I don't know, we would have had to scrap this whole idea. Right? And here's another thing I like about this, is that now it's easy for me to chat with you in the chat room like this. Boom. Now, see, you'll see me say like this, and then you won't know why I'm saying it until just a minute or two from now. So, again, the idea of this whole initiative right up front is to build this channel. We've got 570 something folks, 17 people watching. That's nice. So look, I think I pretty much got the Facebook group over here. So that's great. So now we just need to turn that 17 into a 1700. We can do that, right? How long could that possibly take? I mean, we've got, let's say by Wednesday. That's realistic. That gives us all day today and tomorrow to bring in enough viewers that they'll come in live and that there'll be 1,700 of them. And Loretta says there's Rockin' Raven's picture's not as good. It should be better. Raven, seriously, it should be better. Make sure, just check your stream quality, see if you can change it, test it. I promise you, the stream quality should be better. What about anybody else? Yeah, see, Jim said just the opposite. Where is it? The picture is so clear. Can you turn on the Facebook fuzzy filter that makes the video worse? I kind of miss it. Thanks for, that's nice. And that, but no, that is one of definitely, hey, Abby from Holland. Ooh, or a B, I don't know. Welcome. Welcome all the new, so here's one of the things I did for that first 10 minutes was invite all of you to check out, well, first of all, there's some links in this description. I invite you to explore them. One of them is, of course, to subscribe to this channel. We've been over that part, right? And the other one is join the Discord channel. If you really want to get in the inner sanctum of the Bob Doyle Show, and of course, if this is your first day, you're like going, why am I even watching this right now? But see, you are. And that's the click. You are, and you don't know why. None of us do. Nobody in here knows why they watch this. It's like a drug, though, right? It's just like this, there's something about the vibration, the energy of the whole thing combined, and it gets into your head, and you just go, cannot turn away, must share. Must share on Facebook and like the share. Must comment also, not just chat. We need to get visibility for this. I am going to watch the play. This is all things you're thinking right now. I am immediately after this going to watch the playlist of the show and just binge on Bob. Binge on Bob. Binge on Bob. But definitely, I'm going to absolutely remember to subscribe and click the bell. Bruno says, wait till he gets 4K. Well, that's on down the line. The version of vMix that I'm using does not support 4K because I think that's jumping the gun a little bit. But one day, see, that's part of this, ladies and germs. See, I call the ladies ladies, but I call the gentlemen germs. It's a play on words. I think I made it up. I don't think anyone has ever said it before. But part of this initiative is to upgrade every aspect of this show, including the equipment I'm using. I mean, this is fine, right? Obviously, head and shoulders above most things. This is fun. It's fun. We do a lot of fun stuff here. But, you know, my laptop gets a little chuggity-chug, even though it's a good one. There's just so many other fun things. So we're going to create a Patreon page. I don't have a link to that in this description yet because it's not quite ready, but it will be. And this is, again, this is a community-driven show. Now, I know right now it's just like, it seems like just a lot of you right now, Bob. I know, but we're going to change that. I mean, we do have this community going. Dan and Jim and Rock and Raven and Bruno and Loretta and Bruno and, you know, just scroll down the list. You'll see them all. And then we have the community in the Discord. We have the fan arena. I think there's a link to that in the description. There's that too. So there's all kinds of ways to get on in the inside. But I know what you're really saying is, how do I get one of those mugs? Oh, you're just like 6 months too late. We do mugs differently. You stick around and you'll learn about that. So what do we do on this show? Well, here's one thing that we do. We talk about the important issues of the day. The things that, not like news, not that nonsense that's inconsequential. I'm talking about the stuff that impacts our lives on an everyday or almost everyday basis, that affects truly affects the quality of our lives, right? It's not, so here's the one, and and look, I know I'm not the only one to say this and call attention to this, but is it really necessary? Gentlemen, this is for gentlemen, but I'm sure it applies to women as well in another capacity. We'll get your feedback here on the chat room. Sorry. Is it really necessary to answer a phone call while you're standing at the urinal? How important is this call that you have to do that? You can't give yourself, I don't know, however long, depends on how much you drank that day. 30 seconds, a minute. You can't just wait. Because look, let's face it, standing at the urinals, that's right, this kind of show, new viewers. It's not. Well, it can be. It clearly is right now. But standing at the urinal, am I right, guys? It's awkward enough. And truly, when there's 10 empty ones, don't go stand beside. Don't right next to. It's common courtesy. At least a urinal length. But the phone call? Hello? I mean, first of all, you got the echo. Everybody knows that you're in the restroom, number one. Number one. And then, I don't want to hear your phone call right now. Yeah, okay, I'll meet you there. You have to think about what's really going on. You don't have to, but I'm just saying that you can. If you've got no other mental image that you'd like to fill your head with, you can have this one. The show's taken a dark turn. All right, but seriously, I don't need to hear your phone call, and you don't need to take it. I mean, you're not going to be there that long. So I'm assuming that, and it's confusing if you don't know that they're on there and they just start saying hey to you or in a voice. Right? What if I didn't know he was on the phone and all I heard him say was hey? Am I going to say hey? What am I going to? It's horrifying. Don't answer your phone in the bathroom ever. It's not that important. I mean, look, if it's life or death, whatevs. But we'll know that when we hear your end of the conversation. But if it's about, yeah, I'll be there in about 5 minutes. I'm finishing up lunch. I just, and I'm sure, ladies, does it happen to you? Now, with the women, from my understanding, I haven't logged a lot of women's room hours. But I think pretty much everybody's separated by a stall. So you wouldn't see you would just hear, right? Hey, or whatever. Am I right? Okay, Loretta says, yep, chicks do that all the time. They're sharing how they are being reminded. Now, so let's talk about that. Why not? You know, the common idea is, what has happened? Why am I talking about this? Okay, but you know, the rumor is you can't smell asparagus unless it's yours. I'm not sure that's true. I think that's been misproven. But yeah. All right, hold on. He might have been making a video stream, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. Jim Krez, ladies and gentlemen. You can find him in the Discord channel as Jim the Magician. And you can find a lot of these people in the Discord channel as well. Even though, oh man, got to come up with a better system for this. And I will, because I always do. Always is possibly overstating it. If you've just joined us, before you evaluate, before you listen, just go ahead and subscribe and click the bell. Just trust me, you're going to want to be notified if you've just joined us. If you haven't just joined us, I don't know. See, I think I'm finding another way. Now that I know that I can bring up the comments on my iPad, I can probably share them here like I did before, and then I don't have to worry about switching screens, because right now I'm just sharing my display and you guys don't care about that stuff. But if you do care about that stuff, if you do, see, because again, we have a mission. It's a mission. And that's to build this show into something big that sustains itself and has a great sense of community and allows the community like you to contribute to the not just in chat form here. We're just starting out. Irma's here. Boy, this is just awesome. Bodily functions, peeing, asparagus smell. This is exactly what I had in mind when I said, let's go do YouTube. And we won't even focus on the word tube. All right. Bruno says, let's get to 1,000 subs by the end of the week. Whoops. No. Sorry. I'll figure it out. Yes, let's do it. Let's fall in love. Birds do it. Bees do it. Something in the trees? Monkeys? I don't think it's monkeys. Do monkeys fall in love? I'm sure. Of course they do. Of course they do. Speaking of people, and who of us aren't, Jim says, I'd be happy to appear on your show. See, yeah, we could see, yeah, we can have guests. Well, we are going to have guests on the show. And in fact, ladies and gentlemen, if you're new or if you missed it, a week from today, joining me right here, the most requested guest by one person, Kathy, I'm talking to you if you're out there, Dr. Steve G. Jones will be with us. And, oh boy. I got this whiteboard over here, and this whiteboard is filling up quick of all the things, all the changes, all the upgrades, everything that needs to be handled to make this show run smoothly. Mostly, I need a producer. Mostly, I need somebody over there to push all the buttons that I end up pushing. Because as you can see, whenever again, if you're new, I would say to go to the playlist and watch a few of the old ones. And if you are a longtime viewer, again, I'm going to reiterate this. We want to get our viewing hours up. We're about 1,000 hours short. That's the other thing, Bruno. We need 500 more subscribers, and we need at least something like 1,300 viewing hours. 1,300 viewing hours. So let's see. There are 14 of you watching. Echo. What's 1,300 divided by 14?
1,300 divided by 14 rounds to 92.857.
92.857, 92, 93. So if each of you watched about 93 episodes that were an hour in length, or just watched 93 hours, see, we'd be there. If each of just you watching 93 hours. What was that? I don't know, 4 days or something? I don't do math on the spot very, very well at all. Raven says she would produce, but she's not going to move to Las Vegas. Well, okay, but I said that too for years, and I was wrong. Here I am. We're going to get this picture updated as well. It's a pretty boring picture, I gotta admit. All right. Here's another a little annoyance about people. See, because I actually got out of the house this week and I went to this mastermind thing. I went to a mastermind, internet marketing type mastermind, which I was resistant to going to, but I went to most of the social events, and actually it's been a really great thing. I made some great contacts, great things are going to happen out of it, and it's going to help this show. So I'm really glad I went. But there were several opportunities here in Vegas. There are lots of opportunities to stand in line for things. And I think actually this particular example is the most common, or is a very common one where you feel the sense of frustration that I'm about to feel, and it is this. Let's say, hypothetically, you're in line for a buffet, right? A buffet. You're in a group of, let's just say hypothetically, let's say 50 people. They open the buffet, and you're not really there at the beginning. Let's say you join the line, you're about 3/4 of the way through the line. You're hungry because that last session was long, and you didn't get a chance to eat breakfast. You've had too much coffee, and you need food in your stomach. You don't even care what it is. So you're standing in line, and the very nature of standing in line means that there's someone in front of you. And how many times has this happened to you? Now, I see your comment, Raven, and I'm going to address it. I meant to before because I know I haven't seen that. Now I have to look. Did you see on the news that Alexa is brainwashing you? Look, everyone is brainwashing you. Everyone. I am. I'm trying to convince you this is worth your time. Look, our entire lives we're brainwashed. We start with nothing. We're an empty slate. We get information from the outside, and the information that comes in from the outside informs our wiring and creates our reality. We're brainwashed from the minute we are born, not the second, just it takes a full 60 seconds. You get born, they give you a minute, and then they go, let the brainwashing begin. You're a boy, you're a girl, your name is Todd. Just washing that brain. These are the values. This is how life works. This is what to believe. This is what's right. This is what's wrong. This is what's possible for you. This is what's too hard for you. This is what our family does that other people don't do. Washy, 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 wash. This is the important education you need to receive. This will help you in life. This won't help you in life. Wash, 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 wash. Everybody. It's constant brainwash every moment. So what kind of soap are you going to use to wash your brain? That's the real question. We're taking your calls. By the way, we can take calls here. That's right. BobDoyleShow.com/callBob. Now, that's risky for me to do right now because I really wasn't prepared for that. But why? Let's just throw everything out. Let's just test everything. We're not testing everything, but we could test that. Okay. We really don't need to compliment. Compliment? Echo? Play my compliments.
I'm so happy it's you. Nice shirt. Can I have it? Want to hear more?
Yes, one more.
I'm happy too. When you pass gas, everyone wins. I'd love to tell you something else. Can I?
No.
All right. We'll have more when you're ready.
Okay. See, she's there. See how she's washing my brain? She's telling me that when I pass gas, everyone wins. Isn't that a better thing to carry around in terms of a belief than, well, I don't know, everyone loses? Alexa can wash my brain all day long. I don't care. Right, so here's the thing. There's a little inside here, but you can be on the inside if you join the Discord channel. What's the button I'm supposed to push right now? I'm totally lost. I don't know why is it? Oh, I must have scrolled. Oh, see, this is in the Discord channel. Forget it. I'm not even going down this road. Cut that part out. Oh, we can't. It's live. So you're standing in line at the buffet, and the people in front of you don't move forward, right? The line's moving forward. They're just standing there. And there's, a 2-person gap, a 3-person gap, and you're just kind of going. Now, if you know the person, you go, hey, go, right? But if you don't know the person, there's several things. First, are you in line? That's probably the, I'm sorry, are you guys in line? You ask them that first. That's the sort of passive-aggressive way to say, hey, wake up, we're all hungry here. And then that's generally going to get them to move forward. But it's that, but like what's the real anxiety going on here, right? Because why does that tick us off when they don't go? Because it's not like the whole line's going to go through and you're still just going to be standing there and they're going to put the food away. It's, they're going to sooner or later, they're going to move forward. Oh, by the way, this totally applies for standing in line for rides at any amusement park. Go! Why are you not going? I mean, you can get really worked up. And I think in the buffet line, the concern is, well, if you don't go, there's that big gap. Someone's going to stand in front of you because there's a gap, and they're going to think that's the end of the line because you're just standing there looking at your phone. And then these guys they're going to get the last of the pad thai. Because you sat there and didn't move in the line. Common courtesy. If you're in line, pay attention. Am I right, ladies and gentlemen, or am I right? Of course I'm right. Oh, boy, oh, boy, oh, boy, oh, boy. Well, and yes, maybe it's because the food at the end isn't going to be that great. Right, you want it fresh out of there. You want to make sure you get what you want. You saw it in the line. You say, oh, that's going to be good when I get there. And then it's worse if you see the supply running low, and maybe they're not bringing out anymore. And then these guys are just sitting there. And you just, excuse me. Excuse me. I don't know why, but it really, and yeah, it's the same kind of deal. Even though when you're in line for a ride at the amusement park, that's where cows go, ladies and gentlemen. When you're there, no one's going to really cut in line. Although, is that the worst? When you're in line for a ride? Actually, you know what? I won't even qualify it with rides. Cutsies. If you let someone cut in line, first of all, if you ask, who the hell do you think you are? We all got there on time. We have done our time. We've been standing out in the sun. We're sweating. We're getting sunburned because we didn't put enough sunblock on, if any, because some of us don't think we burn. Not me. I know I do, and I always have sunblock. And and I have had some people, I've been in the airport where a person actually asked every single person in the line, are you okay if I cut up here? They actually asked if you're going to do it, that's the way to do it. And in an airport situation, I get it. You're going to miss your flight. Things happen. I'm generally okay with that. Amusement park or a buffet, do not cut. And that sly little, I'm just having a casual conversation with you and I'll just fold into the line. We're all onto that. Some of us have probably even done it. Not proud of it. I gotta tell you, it's just not the same when I don't see Sarah's laughing emojis going on over here. We got to come up with a feedback system. Somebody get on that. There's got to be a third-party feedback. There's got to be a plug-in for YouTube, right, or something where you can. I like this. I don't know. Maybe not. But no, I can't handle I'm sorry. It ought to be a crime. You pay a fine. If you're going to cut in front of everybody, you got to pay everybody you're in front of $5. That's how it works. Otherwise, stand at the back like everybody else. I can't help it that you were late, that you found something more, but no, I really had to shop for this scarf. Am I right, Naturecraft? Naturecraft. Bruno hasn't been in an amusement park in years. If you guys, whoever guesses how many years exactly, wins a thing. Not really. A rubber severed foot. Signed by Bob Doyle. Would this be worth something? What if I did? What if this was like a prize? If I could get this show popular enough where people would care enough that I will take this for the first person who, on my Patreon page, donates $10 or whatever, I will sign this foot and mail it to you. Although it'd have to be more than 10, to cover the shipping. Who would want this? Because who are you going to show, right? Check it out. This severed foot is from Bob Doyle from The Secret. The what? The Secret. Never heard of it. The Secret? You've never heard of The Secret? No, I've never heard of The Secret. Can't believe it. It was like 11 years ago. Okay, there's a lot of things I haven't heard of from 11 years ago. Yeah, but it's The Secret. How can you not know what that is? Look, I don't know what it is. Stop hassling me. That's just life on the street every day. Just how things roll. I love this so much. It's kind of like the Bob Doyle Show theme. I may work on where it says click the bell a little bit. This is my least favorite part of it. But come on, that's fun. Right? So, all right, now then. Oh, okay, good. Thank you for telling me, Sarah, that Naturecraft is our good friend Cheryl, also a regular from the Facebook group and the group coaching and all things group. All right, so Irma says, we've got a little health tip here. I'm going to have to just do it this way so we can really see it. Everyone, Irma wants us to know to take krill oil caps instead of using sunblock. It contains this word that I don't want to try to pronounce, and none of the chemicals. There you go. See, we learned something. Oh, Patreon donations, a custom mug from Bob. That is a fantastic idea. Thank you, Irma, for that, because I am in the process of creating the tiers and the goals and all things Patreon. Because I know what you guys have been doing is like, oh, I wish I could just send you some money to support this show. How, though? There's just no way. That's impossible to do it. There's no possible way to financially support this show. But now there will be. And then that means I'll get to, if I wanted to, I could end the show and say the Bob Doyle Show is made possible with generous donations from viewers like you and the Sarah Barrett Foundation. Right? 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 Oh, we got to get a feedback system. All right, so for those of you who don't know what krill oil is, let's do what Sarah's going to do and Google it. We could do it right now, but I'm not going to because really, it's time for me to end the show. I know look, we talked about urinals, so that constitutes a show. I mean, there's certain things that qualify things as a show. One, there's chats. Right, so we've got that. So that's number one. And we talked about urinals. That's number two. It's actually, that should have been number one, right? Let's do this again. Come on. That's a terrible one. Come on. Ugh. All right, I got to get a new everything. A new everything. My friend Jeff Adams, who does the Jeff Adams Show over on, what's that platform called? Oh, Facebook, right? I remember that. He's got the big, all the boards and the buttons and all that stuff. Is not the Bob Doyle Show worthy of a big board with buttons? So that I'm not hacking things together with phones and iPads from a million years ago? Having to switch back and forth, remembering to click the mouse just to show comments or go back to the comment screen? No, no. We've evolved past this as a group. Now, I'm going to give you a heads up here because this is truly experimental. As I end the show, a screen's going to come up, and it's going to say, last viewed, subscribe, and full playlist. Because you know at the end of YouTube videos, right? That stuff pops up, and you can click those links, but this is live, so there's no way to make those links active. So this is a placeholder. It may or may not work. It may or may not time out. This is true. I did a test on it yesterday. We'll see. It wasn't perfect. That's right. Jim absolutely said it. He stated it. I couldn't have said it better myself. This episode will go down in history, and you all were here for it. You can't unbe here for it. It's done. It's done. You're all... We talked about toots. I don't remember talking about toots. Were you guys talking about toots behind my back? I'm gonna have to check. All right. Well, I'm gonna call this I'm just gonna call it. That's what I'm going to do. And Dawn pointed out right, we've got 16 people watching right now at about 30 minutes. That's 8 hours towards our goal. I'd like to think that that's accurate, and that's exactly what happened. Time spent listening is very important, right? If you come into the beginning of the show and you watch like 7, 8, 9 minutes or all of it, that really, really helps. That really, really helps. So that's one of the reasons we moved over here and said Facebook. All right, that's it for me for right now. I will talk to you when I talk to you, and let's just hope this works. Oh, let's okay. We'll hope this works.